I don't know whether you are aware that majority or thousands of seniors above the age of 60 most of the time ends up paying more than they should for their medical cover. But at the same time, you find that the medical cover they buy ends up having some serious gap, which ultimately you find that they still go back into their pocket. Number two, look at your affordability. How much can you comfortably put aside to buy your medical cover? Yeah. Number three is the network of hospital. That is very, very important, because you being at that particular age, most likely you have experience with these hospitals, and you need someone who understands your past records. So you want to confirm that the hospitals and the specialists are on the list. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to this another wonderful episode. My name is Elijah Mwai, and I'm a managing partner, Jellic Should Insurance Intermediary, where we focus on basically three things. One is family medicals. We also do livestock insurance, and we also do crop insurance. But today, because one of our viewers requested us to do a medical cover for seniors, that is why we bring you this content. And I don't know whether you are aware that majority or thousands of seniors above the age of 60 most of the time ends up paying more than they should for their medical cover. But at the same time, you find that the medical cover they buy ends up having some serious gap, which ultimately you find that they still go back into their pocket to buy or to pay for the service they ought not to have paid, since they have the medical cover. And that is possibly out of a gap in knowledge, at the same time a lack of someone who can guide them. So I want us to look at individual medical cover for seniors, or rather we could call it individual family medical cover for those people who are above the age of 60. We know that is the most important thing, because your immunity most likely is going down, just like when you are a kid. You tend to have quite a weak immunity, and that is life. Yeah. So one of the biggest challenge we find with medical covers for seniors is three gaps. One, every year you will find that the premiums keep on getting loaded or being added. You are paid pay extra. And number two is that on the exclusion side, there's an exclusion that is always added, which you don't understand why that happens. And finally is that the benefit keeps on shrinking every year. And in this episode, I want to show you how you can avoid all this by following these simple steps. Yeah. So I want you to stick with me for the entire video, because you're going to learn on number one, how you can be able to choose the right medical cover that can save you both money. At the same time, it will also save you time. Yeah. So the very first thing you need to understand while choosing your medical cover is look at your medical needs. Yeah, because your needs are and your neighbor's needs could be totally different, right? So the very first thing under these needs, you need to take a pen and a paper. You highlight the following. Number one, do I have any condition currently that requires a medication? That is one. Number two, look at your affordability. How much can you comfortably put aside to buy your medical cover? Yeah. Number three is the network of hospital. That is very, very important, because you being at that particular age, most likely you have experience with these hospitals, and you need someone who understands your past records. So you want to confirm that the hospitals and the specialists are on the list. So that is one. Number two is you compare. Yeah, if you want to choose the right medical cover, you need to have that knowledge of comparison. You need to compare how different providers offers different packages. Yeah, and under that, which is very, very key, you will be able to see that different companies offers different limits, different benefits, different exclusions, different waiting period. So that's why it's very, very key to understand how to compare. So that is another thing. Number three, is on what we call the hospital networks. Yeah, you need to understand which hospitals are around me, because if, for example, you have a medical cover and you go to a hospital or a specialist that is not empaneled or does not have that partnership with the insurance company, it may force you to pay out of pocket, which may drain you eventually. Yeah, so that is another key thing you need to understand while choosing the right medical cover. Number 4 is exclusion. Yeah, it's very, very important as a senior, because for exclusion, you will understand that there are conditions that some insurance take, others don't. So while looking at the exclusion, think of what you really need most. And if you want a confirmation of a certain exclusion or inclusion, you need to contact your insurance, and if you have doubt, let them put it in writing. So yeah, so that is again another important factor. Number 6, or rather I don't know whether it's number 6 or number 5, look at the benefits. I will tell you this: every insurance company offers very different benefit. There are those that offers inpatient limit maybe up to 1 million, others offers up to 2 million, others offers up to 10 million, and there are others that offers up to 40 million. That is very, very key. Yeah, as you look at the benefit, look at 3 things. Number 1, inpatient limit. Number 2, outpatient for chronic management. At the same time, for medicine, because sometimes you'll find there are some conditions that requires a lot of money. Yeah, so number 1 is inpatient for hospitalization. Number 2 is outpatient. Number 3, look at what is the premium. Yeah, you must look at the premium. Yeah, because you will understand that there are some companies that offers quite expensive because of their category or segment of specialization. There are others that are moderate, there are others that are low. Cheapest doesn't necessarily mean good, or rather a good service. Yeah, expensive does not always mean it is necessary. That is why it is very, very key to look at the benefit from those 3 angles. Number 1, inpatient, outpatient, also premiums. At the same time, remember to look at what we call emergency services, like ambulance. Does it care? Because that is part of the benefit. And yeah, those are the main thing you need to check while looking at the benefit within a medical cover, especially being a senior. Number 5 or number 6, while you are choosing the medical cover, you need to get someone who is well knowledged on medical cover. Get an agent, because one of the most costly mistake you can make is a mistake of choosing a medical cover. Yeah, that is the most expensive one. So you do not need to check. Make sure that your agent is licensed, number 1, and number 2, he has some kind of a past experience in doing this, or to help you choose the right medical cover. I hope up to that point we are clear. If you have any question, you feel free to put it under the comment section. But I want to give you a bonus. So I'll share with you list of all the frequently asked questions, especially on matters seniors medical cover, because you'll find that majority of you asks almost the same question, and that is a promise I will share with you if you just comment on that section, the FAQs. I'll share with you. So that is very, very important. And if you want a personalized quotation, feel free to engage us at 0719 265 155. We shall be able to help you get a personalized quotation. But I can't leave you just like that. I want to do a simple quotation so that you can have a look at it. And if you want, because different insurance companies, as I've said, offers differently, I would like you to comment the word quote so that I can be able to share with you the quotation. You see, if it's just you and the spouse, how much it will come for different limits, because we have different limits from 500,000 up to 10 million. that one, it can guide you on whether or not to buy a medical cover, but there is something for everyone. That is the guarantee I can give you. The only thing you need to do is to engage us on that number, and we shall do it on the comment section. So at this particular time point, let me or allow me to do your quotation. You see for yourself, and then from there we can engage. Okay. Guys, I want us to do a quote live so that you can be able to see how much it may require you. Remember, well, you are a senior, you require in every insurance company, what you're required to have is a medical checkup, because you are above that age. And what I will tell you is that the medical report may not really change the premium. However, you may see a slight change if you have a medical condition, but we said I would rather be open than you find out later that there are some additional costs which you are not informed. But let's say I'm 69 years and I have a spouse who is 60 years. This is how we do it. I want us to do the quotation live as I've promised. So this is Elijah Mwai. Yes, email address, let's say that one. Age, someone age 69, we are talking of 1955, if I'm not wrong, or 56, there's no difference. Then I add the spouse who is aged 60, we are talking of 1965. 1965 is here. Okay, so do we need to add any child? Yes, if we have any child who is below the age of 25 and we have a proof of schooling, but for now we don't need. And these are the options we have. You can take up an inpatient limit of 300,000, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, and maximally 10 million. Let's say I choose 5 million. Yes. Go to next. There's something that is missing. What will be missing? Okay. That one, and that's it. So I want you to see the options. Here you are asked, do you want this limit to be shared among the husband and spouse? Yes. If you do not want, that may require to cost you something extra. But for now, I want purely inpatient. We have other benefit that you can opt to add, that is outpatient benefit. For now, I see the most pressing issue here is hospitalization. Yeah, for maternity, do I need it? No, I don't need it. For personal accident cover, you may add it, you may not. But for now, let's go without. Yeah, and this is what we got, team. Yeah, so we have 5 categories of medical covers. We have the platinum, we have gold, we have silver, we have bronze, we have essential or essential. So the difference here is, and if you can look keenly, you can see that the premium are varying or they're different. So what happens here is the hospitals differs, and what we call the sublimit. Other sublimit means that if, let's say, you take up a cover of 5 million, there are some illnesses that may not be covered 100%. That is what we call sublimit. So let's start with the most expensive, or this one. It is not very expensive. What we mean by this, remember, this is the cover. 297 is the much you pay for a cover limit of 5 million. So this is tier 1. So you access tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 hospitals. You access all the specialists on the panel. Cover to full IP limit or inpatient limit apply to pre-existing chronic congenital conditions. So what we mean by that is, if, for example, something like cancer happens, we pay 100%. You do not get into your pocket. If the cost is 5 million, we pay 5 million. Yeah. Enhanced sublimits for newly diagnosed chronic psychiatric conditions, alcohol rehabilitation benefit. So that is the platinum. When you look at gold, which is coming to around 212, that is both of us. You access tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 providers. You access all the specialists on the panel. At the same time, those illnesses that are covered 100% under platinum, here under gold, you pay like the insurance pays like 80%, and you are left to pay for 20%. However, you do not need to worry. This is a very, very good option. And also this one, they are almost the same. You access all the hospitals, 1, 2, and 3. You access all the specialists, and sublimit here applies. It means that there are some conditions that we may we may pay less. Yeah, and you are advised to add something. For bronze, here you only access tier 2 and tier 3. These are the mission hospitals and government hospital. When we talk of essential, we are talking of only the mission hospitals, right? I hope that is clear, but we can look what is detailed. We can check at what is detailed here. For example, we select a gold. We see what exactly is entailed under this. You can see what it's telling you that the inpatient limit is 5 million. Hospital panel is 1 to 3 hospitals. Bed accommodation, here you are allowed to go the very best, the private hospital. Accidental cases, we pay 100%. Acute condition, we are talking of like heart failure, we pay 100%. Newly diagnosed, we would pay 2 million, except cancer and HIV, which is if diagnosed within 3 months, that condition will be considered as pre-existing condition. A pre-existing chronic ailment, HIV, that is the much we shall pay for the first 12 months, but after 12 months we shall pay 100%. Then we have mental illness cover. It's covered up to 750,000. Congenital illness, those are conditions which one is born with, and that is the much it can pay. We have post-hospitalization treatment, 30,000. Yeah, and basically that's it. If you want something that is detailed, we can look at the different insurance companies.